Hey guys, how are we all? Welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a collective general tarot reading. Now, as it's a general reading with the messages, please only take what feel resonates and leave the rest, and use your own sense of discernment with the messages and not force them to fit with a particular situation. Everything that you need to know about myself, the reading, or the channel can be found in the description box below. So let's tap in with the energies and find out what it is that you guys need to know, what you guys need to hear at this time. Wow. Angels of love and light, can we please have clear and concise messages for the collective? What is it that they need to know and hear at this time for whenever they come across this tarot reading, please? And thank you. Okay, getting this one as well. So we have the Ace of Swords first out with the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Cups, holy F, Six of Swords, these flew out, the Moon, oh wow, okay, Seven of Wands, Nine of Swords, Temperance. Bottom of the deck we have the Four of Swords. And then obviously these came through together as well. We have the Eight of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Tower. Aries, Scorpio energy. We have Sagittarius, we have Pisces, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Sagittarius again coming through with the Ten of Cups, Page of Swords. Okay. I mean, this is synchronistic in itself because we've just had the Gemini full moon, okay? And that was the last full moon of 2025, right? And I'm hearing it's like the highest it's ever going to be in the sky or something like that. There is a big significance. I'm hearing to do with fate and destiny in regards to this full moon that we've just had because of the astrological transits that we've got going on as of right now. I'm getting told something to do with 13 degrees, right? Something to do with 13 degrees, like kind of near like the halfway point, or I don't know, getting something to do with this. Now, I don't know whether this is to do with the North and South Node transit, but I am picking up on that for some reason. So guys, I'm not an expert in astrology by any means. I'm interested in it, but if you know a little bit about what I'm on about, you know what it is that I'm referring to. I would really greatly appreciate it if you can please put it in the comments because, you know, I'm sure it'll be of great assistance to others and of myself when going back to read through the comments in regards to that. But I am getting that particular message for some sort of reason here, right? We're currently in Sagittarius season and we're getting closer to the end of the year before we enter into 2026, right? We have two energies here that are mirroring the sense of moving on, walking away, leaving something behind, removing ourselves from certain situations, certain people, places, things. We've got that emotionally kind of checking out of a situation and also followed by physically removing oneself from something, okay? 10-10 with the Ten of Swords, everything is fine. With the Wheel of Fortune, there is a cycle closing out and a new one beginning. I'm hearing starting off with a bang. Starting off with a bang, right? With that kind of tower energy. I'm not getting anything really negative from this, but I'm picking up on something to do with like New Year's Eve celebrations as we go into 2026, starting off with a bang, right? And maybe like the beginning of 2025, obviously when there was New Year's Eve for 2024 going into 2025, there was this sense of hope, this sense of like, yeah, this year is going to be a better year. This is going to be one of the best years yet. This is going to be amazing. And then it didn't turn out to be anything like that whatsoever. And, you know, there's a lot to do with astrological transits and energetic shifts and all of this that has taken place as to why it never really amounted to how we thought it was going to be. And we kind of wish we knew that in hindsight, right? um, Rather than going through the year that we have gone through with this sense of like hope, and it kind of being a major disappointment, because I'm hearing that this year has been a major disappointment for so many people, right? I'm hearing the good ones always get left last. I don't I don't even believe that's a saying, guys. But it's something like, you're one of the good eggs, you're one of the good ones, right? But you felt like, or you have been hit the hardest this year. So you may resonate as like a chosen one, a divine being, a light worker, a healer, a star seed, right? And I do believe that I've seen it quite a lot in the spiritual community, that these people that are healers, ones that are there who are, providing of service and sticking to their duty, and, up leveling and elevating the vibration of the collective and doing all of these things, right, in their own ways, have had the most traumatizing year, right? In comparison to some other people who aren't necessarily on the spiritual path, um, and they've had a worse off time, right? And they've been in situations which have been harrowing, is what I want to say, right? But I'm hearing you haven't been forgotten about. You haven't been forgotten about. I'm hearing best till last, saving the best till last. So you're not being overlooked, okay? You're not being forgotten about. You are about to be in the position and place that you always intuitively knew that you were going to be, and exceeding beyond those particular expectations that you even had of yourself, right? In the very, very, very near future is what I'm saying. Okay, I'm hearing what I'm hearing, but what I'm saying to you is that you are going to be in a situation where you're not going to have to fight anymore, right? You're not. And I know that the frustration, the irritation, the angst that hearing those particular messages bring, and I'm sorry if they're triggering, okay? Because believe you me, like, I have been seeing signs and synchronicities and receiving messages and downloads and all sorts, right? This whole entire year, maybe even longer, that have been showcasing to me that it's just coming. It's just around the corner. Like, feeling like you're just kind of hovering over this sense of like hope that it is going to turn around. And it is. And it's been installed in a reason so you don't give up, right? Even when it's like, I really thought that this was going to amount to something by now and it hasn't, right? It's to keep you on the path, to keep you on track, because the timing in our kind of material earthly realm, as it were, is very different to timing in the spiritual realm, right? I'm hearing time is an illusion. Time is an illusion. So it's all to do with alignment. It's all to do with alignment. And it's annoying because it irks me so much to come through with messages that are consistently reminding you and reassuring you guys that it is going to work out, even though I feel so many of you that are just like fed up, right? Absolutely fed up of hearing and seeing the same thing over and over and over again, and it not coming through or amounting to something. And I get it, because I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like, right? And you have been beyond patient. And I'm hearing that God, source, the universe, whoever you resonate with, is just so incredibly proud of you. And they are there with you. They have had a lot of work to do behind the scenes in order to make sure that when you're having this new chapter in your life, this new life start for you, when the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor, there's so much that had to be attended to allow you to be in that position and place where it comes through in such ease, such flow, that there is going to be minimal effort required from you in order to bring about this new beginning, and it's just all kind of falling into your lap. That it's just all falling into your lap. But you have had sleepless nights, panic attacks, crying yourself to sleep. I'm hearing crying to God, to source, to the universe, to your angels, your spirit guides, whoever it is. And they have heard your cries, they have seen your tears, and they know how arduous this whole scenario has been for you. You have literally felt like giving up on everything, right? And I'm hearing that you wouldn't be brought through all of this rubbish that you've gone through. Obviously, I'd rather say a different word, but I know that I get told off by YouTube. You wouldn't have gone through all this ish for nothing, for no reason, right? You are going to be receiving payment in multiple ways, whether that's peace, whether that's abundance, whether that's finances, whether that's love, whether that is, that sense of stability, however it goes, you're going to be receiving it. And even though you can't see the bigger picture as to why you went through the things that you did, it will all make sense to you very, very soon. It will all make sense to you soon. And you'll have that eureka, aha moment. The light bulb just switches, and you're like, gosh, well, if you had shown me that before, Spirit, I feel on some level that I actually would have felt a bit more settled, and then kind of, not panicked or stressed as much as I did, right? Because I feel like something that's coming through for you is about to cancel out every single worry that you've had. But I'm hearing that's not the point. The point is that you have to believe in the unseen. Is a sense of having faith, a sense of trusting of the process, the sense of knowing and understanding that there are higher forces at play, that there is more to what is going on than meets the eye, right? So yeah, of course, if spirit was to be showcasing to you certain things or a certain image, or a snippet, as it were, or a reel of something that was unfolding for you, there could have been on some level, like, you wouldn't have believed it. You wouldn't have believed it, or you felt like what they were showing you was wrong, or you didn't feel deserving or worthy of it. But the predominant lesson here is to have faith, having faith over fear. And actually, I'm hearing strengthening your connection with the divine. Strengthening your connection with the divine, with God's source, the universe. I'm getting a lot to do with the feminine energies here. Getting in the energy of receiving as well. That intuitive, that sensitive, that empathic, that psychic side of you, right? And trusting your judgment and your intuition in all of this as well, right? Now, obviously, we all have masculine and feminine energy within us, and I'm reading energy rather than gender or sex, but there's something to be said about, yes, spirit could have shown you of these particular things, right? And that would have eased your mind and you wouldn't have stressed so much. But then where is the lesson in regards to having your full trust in God's plan, is what I'm hearing, in the divine's plan, in the universal plan, right? Because we could have a particular plan for ourselves and for our lives, right? But the universe, God's source, is always doing better for us in that regard. That they're always doing better. Like, I'm trying to actually articulate this, because when we have plans for ourselves, on a subconscious level, we actually create limitations. What's realistic for us? What actually makes common sense, or what is logical for us to have something work out in a particular time frame with what it is that I already have, and asking for those particular manifestations to come into fruition, or being on a particular path. But the universe, God's source, is not about kind of following through with the sense of what's logically possible in our mind. It's what is seeming to be impossible becoming possible. The sense of miracles taking place, the sense of there is no rhyme or reason other than the higher forces at play that could have brought about this particular outcome that is so much bigger and better and far greater than what it is that I could kind of preconceive in my own mind that I would have created for myself. Like, it just goes beyond all of that. I'm hearing that whatever is working out for you is so beyond like your own egoic mind of what you thought was possible, that these particular manifestations are not going to make any sense to you or to anybody else that you have in your day-to-day life, or even people that you know, or people that you, if you don't necessarily know them personally, that they know of you, that may be seeing of you, something like online or something. They're not going to be able to comprehend how you've just kind of had your life dramatically shift in the way that it has, because it just doesn't add up. And it's to then have that kind of proof in the divine coming through and be like, yeah, we did that. We brought about those blessings. We brought about that change. Even if you had carried on this particular path and did all these certain tasks or what have you, you wouldn't have got to this particular timeline in this amount of time. It would have taken you so much longer than what we're going to do for you. Like, I'm picking up on something that is similar or could be overnight success. So what the universe is going to do is going to dramatically change your life from one position and place that is not logically possible, and like move you like 5 years ahead. I just heard, I got the number 5 for some reason, and five is not even on this table right now, so I don't know why I got the number 5. 5 represents change. Okay, that's why. Thank you, Spirit. 555 may be significant. You could be seeing of those numbers, right? So it's like maybe the past 5 years have been so challenging, and that would bring us about to about 2020, right? So maybe you've lost a lot in that time. And I'm hearing that whatever you have lost in the past 5 years, you're about to have that all come back, and then interest. But also the other message is that wherever you are as of right now, it's like you're jumping into the next higher timeline, or jumping several timelines, maybe even 5. I mean, if we say highest timeline, then it promotes the sense that there is a limitation on the highest timeline, right? That you can get to. People say the sky is the limit, and it's like, well, no, the sky isn't the limit. It goes beyond that, because obviously there's a whole universe, etc. But that is the saying, right? If the work that you had done, right, in the next 5 years could be sorted for you in a blink of an eye, and you've catapulted yourself to 5 years ahead and five like timelines up, right? The universe, God, source, the divine is the one that is cultivating that change. And that is going to make you feel, I knew that I had this belief in this whole situation for as long as I have done, right? However long you've been spiritually awakened for, or on this spiritual path. Because it's not easy. It sounds simple, but it's not easy. It's all sunshines and rainbows and unicorns and, all of that in the beginning. And then it doesn't last long. It doesn't last long until there is a switch of like, actually, this is what it all entails, right? And it's a lot. It's a lot. So what I'm hearing is continue to have trust and faith that it is turning around. I'm getting told something to do with the next 5 days, the next 5 weeks. Something about the 15th of December. Something to do with the last 5 months, to do with a particular astrological transit may be significant. I'm not sure which one, because there's been so many, right? But that kind of could tie into all of this as well. I'm hearing rest. You may feel like you are wanting to move everything along at full steam ahead because of how uncomfortable you have felt in your situation. But I'm hearing by doing of this, it's only going to set you back even more. This is all to do with trust. Maybe trust has been a very difficult kind of lesson to learn in some way, right? Maybe you've always wanted to have control of certain situations because so much of your life that you've gone through has been way out of your control. And so therefore, as you've grown up, as you've matured, as you become an adult, it's like, I really feel that I need to have as much control over this to give myself that sense of security and stability, that I know that I am doing whatever I can to maintain or hold a situation as it currently is. But even with all of that effort, things have been falling apart. And there's been that breakdown. And there's been a lesson to learn that it's not been necessarily healthy to have such a tight grip on everything, and that there's been some sort of trauma or wounding there from previous situations that you went through. So it's interesting, we have Neptune going direct on the 10th. We have the number 10 here. We have Neptune going direct on the 10th of December, and it's going to be direct in Pisces, I do believe, for a couple of months, maybe end of January time, something like this. And it's interesting because, when planets are retrograde, it's a lot to do with reevaluating, reassessing, like looking within as a more reflective time of what's going on internally in regards to us. And then when it goes direct, it's more to do with what's going on externally to us. So there's something about there being clarity coming through in regards to this Neptune going direct. Certain things that were hidden in the dark are coming to light. Certain scenarios that people thought that they could get away with is being shed a light on. Certain things are being illuminated. If you have felt like you have had no clear-cut vision or idea about what to do next, where to go next, how to go about something next, who to deal with next, whatever it is, like maybe you've just been in this period of, I don't know what to do. I just throw my hands up. I don't know what to do. There is going to be some sort of insight, an idea, an intuitive download, a sign, a synchronicity, a message, something you may overhear on a conversation or something that you read, whatever it is going to come through, and it's going to, I'm hearing like jolt you like lightning, like a lightning bolt, like a lightning struck, like something is just going to just activate you in some way. And you're finally going to see exactly what it is that you were to do next. And I'm hearing the reason you couldn't see it, understand it, know it before is because it wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right time for this information or whatever this is, this sense of clarity to come through, because there had been some sort of extra healing that was to be done. But I'm hearing that there's also something to do with your throat chakra as well, because my throat chakra keeps closing up here. Maybe there's been so much that you have been, keeping quiet, you've not spoken up about, you've kept in the dark to others. There's something about sharing a story, sharing an experience, bringing to light about something in regards to how you truly feel about a situation that you went through. I'm hearing that is going to be very helpful to others. I'm hearing there are going to be many others that resonate with the story that you are going to be telling. Something about a testimony. Guys, bear with me. I am literally just channeling so much right now. There's a testimony that you're about to share. Something that you had gone through. And there are going to be many people that resonate with this. I'm hearing your soul family, your soul tribe is finding you. They will find you. Okay, break up the deck and we have the Lovers, Gemini energy. Your soul family, your soul tribe are going to find you. Wow. Final messages. Oh my goodness, yeah. You have a lot to share, a lot of insight with that Knight of Cups. You're going to feel a lot more emotionally settled because whatever is clearing up for you. Yeah, you felt so indifferent, disassociated. Yeah, I'm hearing unmotivated, uninspired. I'm hearing don't give an F energy, because whatever you've been dealing with has been so heavy. It's like you just wanted to throw your hands up and just pack it all in, and you're like, do I even believe in the spiritual path anymore? Do I even believe in what it is that I believe in regards to all of this? Because, like, why am I dealing with all this stuff? But something is about to happen that is going to be so monumental that it was right for you to believe in all of this all along, even when you were just like, do you know what? Is this all like an illusion? Or is this all this a fake or a facade or whatever this is? Okay? It's been very slow moving. It's been very slow moving. With the Hang One, Pisces energy, again, double Pisces. So a lot to do with this Saturn and Neptune transit in Pisces. But I'm hearing that as we close out that kind of water energy to do with those planets, it's going to be so very different. Again, year of the 9 with the Hermit. And we're going into 2026, breaking that down into a 10, into a 1, into new beginnings, okay? So this is not for much longer. And I'm picking up on 1212 as well. You may be seeing of those numbers, 12th of December. 9 of Wands, you've just felt fed up, you felt burnt out, you felt tired, you felt wounded, confused, dealing with brain fog, right? Maybe had no energy to do of certain things. I'm hearing all your energy is going to start coming back. Your energy is going to start coming back. That motivation, that drive, that passion. You're about to have the insight on the bigger picture. And then it's going to be here and you're going to look at it and be like, oh my gosh, yeah, that all makes sense. It's going to manifest. Magician. Albeit slowly. Okay. You even like, because it's been so slow moving, you're like, do you know what? I just feel like I'm being lied to now. Okay. I just feel like I've been lied to now by the universe, because it's like I'm getting all of this signs and synchronicities and nothing coming through, but it is something is coming through that's so massive, and that is just to basically, I'm hearing gotcha, like as in surprise, like you thought that all of this was just a front, you thought all this was fake, or you thought that this was all a facade, or like whatever. But spirit, God, source, universe has been working behind the scenes very subtly, very quietly, right? But something's about to transpire here. Okay. I'm sorry if some of these messages are not making sense. But look at this. Happy surprise with the Ace of Cups. I'm hearing like Don't Stop Believing. I'm hearing that song, is it by Journey or something like that? Don't Stop Believing. Don't stop believing. It's going to work out. It's going to come through. Look, no, you've been heartbroken, you've been sad, you've been suffering, but it is coming in, okay? The universe is going to show up, and it's going to come through with something so profound that it's going to heal your heart. And rather than crying tears of sadness, you're going to be crying tears of joy. Look at that with Judgment. You know, another angel coming through. And then we got the Sagittarius energy. I just heard Christmas miracle. There's going to be some sort of Christmas coming early for you. There's a gift, isn't there? Okay. Yeah. You've been feeling so depressed. But there is a gift coming through, a new beginning, okay? Christmas has come early with the Lovers, the Fool, and the King of Swords. It's not going to make logical sense as to how something is going to finalize, but you've intuitively felt this all along. It's just been difficult because you want to believe, and you do believe, and you do know. But I'm hearing, with the delays, you've never been denied, you've been delayed, okay? But there will be a major change here with the Death card. A major change. So I'm hearing just don't stop believing, okay? Anyway, guys, a lot of channeled messages come through, and it's so interesting to me because when that happens, it's like I'm not even sure if I'm making sense half the time because I don't even remember what it is that I'm saying because of the messages that are just being kind of, just flying out of me, like, you know. So I'm sorry if certain things didn't make sense. I'll have to, obviously, I'll watch back the video. And I do that anyway to be able to come up with the titles for the readings. I watch the video before I publish it. But yeah, anything and everything that ends up happening in a reading happens for a reason. Even if it doesn't make sense at the time as to when watching it or when I'm actually reading it, maybe for me. But then looking back on it at another point, or for you to come back and look at it another point, it's like something then just fits into place and it's like, oh, actually, that's why that was said or that was brought up or that makes sense now. Okay. But anyway, enough me waffling on because this has been another long reading and I was not expecting this to be as long as it was, right? But Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, actually, to be honest with you, I've already gone through most of the signs. But 555, 515, 888, 818, 777, 111, 1111, 144, 222, 1010, 1212, 777 may be very significant. But that's going to be the end of the reading. So I hope that there have been some messages, a few messages, if not the whole reading, that potentially resonated. If you have enjoyed this reading and you wish to support myself and the channel, there are donation links available. There is a PayPal link in the description box below, and the other option is Super Thanks, which is listed underneath this video. So thank you so much for those of you who have already donated. I greatly appreciate you. Even if you don't financially donate, a wonderful way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys on those comments when I can. So thank you so much. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you and speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye, guys.